I'm just walking through a little park here near where the thrift shop is over there, the Red Cross thrift shop. This park is just literally across the road from where the complex is. So, you know, this is amazing. I don't know, I am pretty unobservant because I stayed here for a month and I never checked this out. I didn't even know this existed. I've got about 10 minutes to go, so I'll just a little bit of a 5-minute walk, then I'll backtrack to the inspection coming up. After that I've got a bit of time. But it's lovely up here. Look at that, look at that backdrop, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it'd be a great area to do a little bit of bike riding just around here. Well, this is, you know, much better than I thought. So very impressed. So pretty good lifestyle, I reckon, to be up here. It's feels a lot more laid back than down central. Of course, central's more sort of touristy type area, and yeah, I got to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Like I say, it's what I'm looking for at this time of my life. And I think there are tennis courts over there, but being the blind bastard I am, I can't see them. I don't know if there's any volleyball here. They probably don't have that like they do in the big down at Central. They have organised volleyball on Wednesdays, which is a pretty good deal. Trouble is that most of the participants are pretty damn young and pretty damn fit, so someone like me, it's a bit of a reality check. It's not a pretty sight to see me try to compete with people of that age group. I had to pull out last time, just doing some practice. It was just too much. Mind you, I had walked there from Edge Hill, so it was a good half-hour walk before I got there, which probably wasn't the smartest way to do it. There's the, I don't know what that is, whether that's the thrift shop there in the white. You've got this other shop there. Yeah, I couldn't take any interior shots of the previous inspection because it was tenanted. There's a couple there staying for 6 months. They said it was quiet. It seemed incredibly quiet. There's only one neighbour with an adjoining wall, and the bedrooms weren't adjoining at all. So yeah, it's a real possibility. Body corporate's not cheap, which is not good. It's about 4.5, which is getting up there a bit. But you do get a site manager, a permanent site manager there, so it means things like barbecue facilities and what have you, they should be clean fairly regularly, and if they're not, you go and complain. You know, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So it'd probably cost me an extra 1.5 grand, maybe in body corporate, which is not great, but it is a nice place which is worth considering. We'll just weigh all these things up and I'll eventually come to some sort of a consensus on it. But so far so good, and I'm certainly gravitating towards this area. I know I enjoyed it last time I was here. It was the most expensive place I rented, so it was the nicest of the accommodation I had, and it was upstairs, and it was down the rear of Dolphin Cove, and that goes anyway. I'm not sure, probably just to that property. But yeah, look, it's a lovely part of town. Yeah, it's just a matter of now negotiating price, I suppose. Okay, not much further now. So there's another property, as you can see, listed here. This is not the one that I'm looking at, but there's a lot of places on the market, especially this time of year. So we'll just keep moving onward. Yeah, the attractive units are quite well, they look okay from the outside. Yeah, because I checked this place out using Street Walk on Google, and that's fantastic because you can really get a feel for what an area looks like. Just means not. Yeah, you do get dickheads on motorbikes, unfortunately. It's a shame because without them, it's beautiful. I don't know where that leads to. That could be that track. Oh no, it's a private house. It's got a number there, so that's a very secluded looking place. Here we go. There's the inspection, and there's the flats. This is the actual. Yeah, it's a very nice motorbikes. Hate them. So there you go. So I'll just. I think it's up the back here, but I don't know if I should wait here or go up the back. Let's have a look. I know they got the sign there, open for inspection. Well, if the sign's here, presumably the agent's here, I'll go up this road. And what I can gather, it's either this one or the next one. There's a couple there that are going to check it out, by the looks of things. Might be right up the top here. God, I take it. I'd get fit walking up and down here. I don't know which one it is. It's around here somewhere. It must be just one here, presumably. I think the agent's finally here, so that's good. Okay, just did that last inspection. I don't know. It was okay. I thought it was right up the back of the block, and that was a really steep hill walking up and down there, so that would have been bad. It was in the middle way, so it wasn't quite so bad, but a bit of a pain in the arse to have to walk up that thing every time you came back. Yeah, the thing that the balcony was great, the view was fantastic, except for one major thing, and that was that it actually is exposed to your next door neighbour. There's no sort of differentiation between the two places. It just seems insane. The bedrooms are on the right side, they're actually away from the other neighbour, that's good. It's okay, but the bedrooms are small, they're not big. It's only a little over 100 square metres in total, so it's not that big a place. I think the previous place I saw is bigger. It's further away from the beach. I'm starting to think that that's the top one. So of all things, I didn't think I'd be dealing with Stuart, but I think I might be. That could be. It could end up being the place that I choose. So that is unexpected. But yeah, it's been a good day. It hasn't been exactly what I expected, which it never is. Certainly the second inspection, I don't know, that place had hairs on it because of where the pool is. The noise thing is a big factor. The first place is definitely quiet. Third place is quiet as well. But it doesn't have the private balcony, whereas you do get that with the other one. So got to really weigh that up. I don't think I'd be inclined to go with it at this stage, to be honest with you. It's too much of a compromise, that. But oh well, we'll see. Just have to mull it all over, which is what I did after my walk down to Edge Hill. When I walked back from there, had a nice long walk and good chance to think things over. I'll have the same opportunity to Cairns on the bus. So there's that resort I was telling you about. It's next to the one that I stayed at. Very nice. It's a lovely area. A place you can have a pleasant walk around quite easily. It's almost like a gated community in a way. I mean, it's not, but it feels like, you know, feels fairly safe, fairly upmarket, fairly quiet overall. Yeah, you know, I could seriously consider getting a place here. We'll see what Monday's inspection of the Parramatta Park property brings, and maybe that'll change the way I feel. But right now, I would have to say that the most likely candidate out of the ones I've seen today is the first inspection, and which Stuart took me through. Yeah, really, he showed me two places that have both been in good areas. He's good that way. It's the mid-range of the three properties. The last one I saw would probably be the most expensive. The second one was the least expensive, and Stuart's would be the mid-range one. So we'll just have to wait and see on that.